Hey guys, so I debated for a while over whether or not to film this video because I don't really have anything productive to add on it or anything, but I decided to make it anyway just because I feel like talking about it. It's just, I've kind of like noticed over, and I mean I've been noticing it for a long time, but it just becomes like more and more obvious as time goes on that like everyone on the internet seems really concerned with becoming internet famous and like things like that. And I'm not saying I'm totally immune to it, but some people definitely seem worse than others, and I feel like almost everyone has at least like one site that they're trying really hard to become internet famous on. And like Twitter, Tumblr, and YouTube, definitely YouTube, but not even, those are the ones that I'm like, those are the sites that I'm on the most, so I see it the most. But I know like Instagram, people try really hard to become Instagram famous and like all this other stuff, and a lot of the times they're not even connected to that account. Like Tumblr and Instagram especially, you don't sometimes like people post Instagram of themselves and become internet famous, but I think most of the like internet famous Instagram accounts aren't like a personal Instagram account, and a lot of Twitter ones I guess are too, but less common I guess. And it's just like, I don't know, sometimes it seems really pointless for even trying, because I guess it's cool to have a platform where you can talk to people and have people listen even if it's not like personal to you, but it just seems to kind of defeat the purpose of social media to me, to not, I don't know what I'm saying. That's not even what I wanted this video to be about. Like I said, I'm not totally immune to that. Like getting new followers on Twitter or Tumblr or YouTube is exciting for me, but it's also not something that I'm extremely concerned about. Like I always see my Twitter follow number because it's right there on the Twitter side, so I'm very aware of how many followers I have on Twitter, just because like I can't get away from that number unless I'm on my phone. But with Tumblr, it's on the side too, but less noticeable, so I never know how many Tumblr followers I have. I get emails when I get a new Tumblr follow, and I always go look at the person's blog whenever they follow, and I follow probably most people back, but I don't really pay attention to the actual number unless it like someone else starts talking about followers or something, and I'll glance and see it. It's not that like I think on Tumblr I have the least number of followers of like between Twitter, Tumblr, and like the main sites that I visit. But YouTube, I never look at my YouTube subscribers ever, and I don't get an email when someone subscribes or like notified in any way. The only way that I ever know that I've gained subscribers is to look at the number, but I never go out of my way to look at that number. But I've been seeing it a lot recently because I moved things around on my channel over the course of like a week, and did a bunch of stuff with it, so I kept seeing the subscriber number because it was right there, and so it was like in my face all the time. But that's like the first time I've been aware of how many subscribers I have in at least a year, because I never bother to look at it. I hardly even go to my channel page, to be completely honest. And I also find it really interesting how everyone has kind of a different perception of what makes someone internet famous. Like, I was at home for winter break, and while I was there, my sister had some of her friends over, and one of her friends was talking to me, and she made a comment about how I had a ton of followers on Twitter, and like my sister and her friends seem to be under the impression that I have just like a huge amount of Twitter followers, because my sister wanted help getting followers from me, as if I could do something to get her more Twitter followers, and her friends were asking me why I had so many Twitter followers, and I have 519 as of the time that I'm filming this, which I guess to them was a lot, but to me 519 Twitter followers is like nothing. Not that I'm like dissing it necessarily, like I am happy that I have 519 followers, and it is awesome to me that 519 people have decided that I am worthy of being followed, but maybe it's because I follow people who have a lot more followers than that, because I follow like YouTubers and people like that who have like a good amount of Twitter followers, so that seems like nothing to me. So it's interesting to me how we have different perspectives. Like, to them, I have a ton of Twitter followers, and to me, I have like nothing. So I don't want to say like nothing because that makes it seem insignificant, and like I said, I appreciate it. It's just I don't consider that a lot, and I find that interesting, and I think a lot of it has to do with how much time you spend on the internet too. Like, they follow mostly other people from their school, so to them, they're used to like the following people with much fewer followers, whereas I follow other internet people who spend a lot of time online, and therefore I think for that reason just alone probably have more Twitter followers. And so in comparison, we see different people on Twitter and we're comparing our followers to those people, and so to them my followers seem like a lot and to me it doesn't, which is an interesting concept. Tumblr though, I don't have that many Tumblr followers at all, and I have like 100 something I think, which is again not insignificant, but I always feel as if everyone I follow on Tumblr has like thousands of followers, and like I feel as if I don't follow anyone who has like less than like 1,000 followers. But see, the thing is that I don't actually know that because you can't see how many people follow Tumblrs. You can only know if they post what their followers is, and of course they can lie, I suppose, but most of the time I don't think they are. But it's just weird because I always feel as if everyone I follow on Twitter has like 1,000 followers at least, and like it seems as if people get them easily, like the way they go on about it, you know? And like that's not my experience, which I think is interesting. But I also think it's interesting that Tumblr is like one of the only social media sites where you can't see how many people follow someone else, which I kind of like because it makes it more like obvious, and like Twitter, where you go on Twitter and you see how many followers someone has and whatnot. I like not having that on Tumblr. I think it's nice. Not that they should do it that way on all of the sites necessarily, but I really like that aspect of Tumblr. As for YouTube, from what I have seen over the years, getting a large number of subscribers has a lot of luck to it, because you see some people, they only have like a few videos and they'll have thousands of subscribers, and you don't really know how it happened because they only have a few videos. And not that those videos aren't great, it's just there are other people with tons of great videos that have much fewer subscribers, and so there's this weird thing where you just like, you don't really understand how that happened, and I'm sure there's some way to figure it out and a lot of it, but like I don't know, it's just weird. I have been making videos for around 4 years, about 3.5 since I started making my daily videos when I was 17. Like I said, I've been noticing the number a lot over the past week or so because I was changing things around on my channel, and I've had 77 like the entire time I was doing that, and then I wanted to go double check that number before I filmed this video, and I had 78, which means I just gained a subscriber recently, so that's awesome. But I've been making videos for like 4 years and I have 78 subscribers, which is not that much in comparison to a lot of people, but I'm extremely thankful because the fact that 78 people decided to subscribe to me is huge to me. Like really, a really, really weird concept for me. But it's just weird how some people, like, this isn't really about my subscribers necessarily, but like noticing other things, like you see people who have a ton of subscribers, and then you see people who don't have hardly any subscribers, and there seems to be like, they seem to be making equally good content, which is weird to me. And me personally, I think my content is pretty like bad, not necessarily bad, but not as great as other people's out there. So the fact that I have 78 really subscribes me, or really, oh my god, really surprises me. But it's weird how random it seems to be that some people manage to get a ton of subscribers and some people don't. It's just, of course, I understand the struggle like to get your videos seen on YouTube, considering like they seem to only promote like the what to watch page. I love it in a certain aspect because it helps me find people, but I can only find people who already have a ton of subscribers going through the what to watch thing, and a lot of the times I like those people and I want to follow them too, but I'd really like to see people who have a lot fewer subscribers or people who are just starting their channel and whatnot, so subscribe to them, and it's much harder to find them. Like, you can do it if you want to and want to put in the time, but it's harder. And so, like, I get that. Yeah, this has no point. I actually had other things I was going to say, because this entire video just started out as a ramble in my head, and I had other thoughts going around in my head, but I feel like this is really long already, so I'm just gonna end it there. One last thing is, I've been thinking a lot lately about doing a subscriber giveaway when I hit 100, and averaging out, I've gotten 78 subscribers over the course of about 4 years, and I kind of did some math, and that's like 1 point something subscribers per month, and so having 78 theoretically would only get to 100 in like 2 years, or a little less than 2 years, I think. So that should be a while, but also I know that that's not necessarily the case, because I think as you get more, it kind of goes faster. I don't know how it would work. I don't know when I'll have 100 subscribers, but I really want to do a giveaway when I get 100. So I should probably start saving it for that now, considering I have no way of getting the money and resources to do that, but I do want to do that. So I'm going to try and plan that out, just so you know that that's coming in the future. If I ever hit 100 subscribers, we'll see what happens, but I'm going to go, and I will see you guys later. Bye.